It didn't look right, whichever the hymn book was. Right away, though, somebody said, hang on a second, I've got an idea. And she ran out of the sanctuary and she went to one of the storage closets off the sanctuary. And she came running back and she was holding a Christmas tree stand. Now, right away, they just laughed. They thought it was kind of funny. A Christmas tree stand to hold the cross up? But they tried it. She said, wait a minute, don't be such naysayers. And they put the cross in the Christmas tree stand, and they wound up those bolts, and it held the cross firmly in the stand. And they all took a few steps back to admire it and see if it was really going to work for this Good Friday service. And sure enough, it was going to work. It worked perhaps more profoundly than they'd ever imagined. You see, all of a sudden, all of them went silent because they saw something they'd never seen before. They saw the Christmas tree stand, the symbol of the birth of Jesus Christ, as the foundation for the cross, the death of Jesus Christ. For the first time, those good Methodists out in South Dakota had made the connection between the birth of Jesus and the death of Jesus. That this one whose life we celebrate in the creche, the cradle in the stable at Bethlehem, year after year, is also the one whose death we celebrate. This one who has come as a light into our darkness. This one who has come as a power of hope, a power of peace to a world that is too often weighed down by despair, a world that is weighed down by hopelessness. Like I said, that's why I'm so happy to see you all here tonight. You see, we're sitting in the light of God tonight. We've gathered in this firm belief that the powers of death don't have the final word because we've seen the face of God, and His name is Jesus. One who loves us enough to die for us. One who is raised on Easter morning that we might not only have life, but we might have it in abundance, and we might have life eternal. So the powers of darkness would not have their way with us anymore. You know, I don't have to tell you, it has been a tough year in Cleveland, has it not? Indeed. I talked to one fine gentleman when I just getting ready at the back of the church, getting ready to start worship, and this gentleman came up to me and said, Pastor, will you pray for me? I lost my job. And I said, you know, there's a lot of people in our city who are feeling weighed down with anxiety and worry right now. Job loss, pay cuts. Some have lost the job. Some are worrying about what's to come. I don't know about where you live. I live downtown. And I walk through Public Square an awful lot. And I see people who walk like this every day, walking with their head down. But we've come here tonight to lift the head up, haven't we? We've come here to raise up our heads because there is one who's come into this world who has revealed the face of God to us, who brings us light in our darkness, who brings us hope in our despair, whose power empowers us and dwells within us and allows us to say no to the drugs and the thugs of the city. The one who empowers us to say, no, the job loss is not going to defeat me. I'm going to find another way. The one who says that this closing, this shutdown that I'm experiencing right now, that's not the end of the story. God wrote the end of the story, and I'm living it right now in Jesus Christ. Friends, if you can take away anything tonight, it's this. That as we look into the story of the birth of Jesus Christ, we are in fact looking into the face of a God who dwells with us. Emmanuel, God who is with us not only through thick but also through thin. I don't know about you, I'd much rather be in relationship with a God who was born vulnerable, human, and homeless in a stable, who gave His life entirely and completely to me, even to Golgotha, Hill of Skulls, and raised up on Easter morning, then I'd rather be in a relationship with one who is born with a silver spoon in his mouth. You see, the face of God is one who is with us now, even now. If we have any hope, if we have any strength, if we have any courage in these times, it is in the God who dwells with us, even now. Okay, one last thing, and then we're going to get on with it here. See, this is a story of a teacher who'd asked her class to draw any picture they wanted. You can draw anything you want today. And then the teacher walked up and down the rows of the classroom, looking at what the children were drawing. One little boy, kid after my own heart, he was drawing planes and bombs and things blowing up. I don't know what it is about us little boys. We like to blow things up. Relax, mums and dads. We get over it. Sorta. There's NASCAR. And she walked by another student who was drawing a picture of her kitty cat. Nice little kitty. And she came upon one student, and the teacher looked down, didn't recognize what she was looking at. And she said to the little girl there, "What are you drawing a picture of?" The little girl said, "I'm drawing a picture of God." The teacher said, "But nobody knows what God looks like." The little girl was indignant. She looked at her teacher. She said, "Will you wait a minute? They will when I'm done." I hope and I pray that when you look into that light of the stable, when you look at that little child born in that V-shaped manger, the creche, when you look at this family who were empowered by the presence of God in their homelessness and were able to bring a child into the world named Jesus, I hope when you look into this story that you see the face of God. Because if you can see it there, if you can see God's coming into the world in that story, in the story we gather around tonight, then you will begin to see the face of God in your own life. And you will find strength, and you will find joy, and you will find power, and you will find hope, and you will find light, even in your darkness. Praise be to God. Amen.